Yeah, yes, Sridhar.
Okay. Now what I will do is like the controller as of now it is not required at this point of time, but I'll show you how to create a controller and publish one also. But let us start with creation of the LOV now. So make it so when you want to design LOV, always you require a Vivo. Always you require a Vivo query. So now nothing but a Vivo object. So this Vivo object should be based on the XV. So we'll go to our JDocker now. So on this particular project, a package. So here I just right click here on the assembly. Click on new Vivo object. Click on next and find out what is the package structure here. So make sure that it is correct. I'll say it should be xrd.lov server. The total package structure should be like this. The client name followed by Oracle apps, followed by application short name, followed by lov.server. And this one, I'll say business group lov reboot. And here mention the recovery access. Click on next. Mention the query. Next. Nothing to change. No properties required to change it.
You have double time selected.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Now we got the attributes here. Click on next. Next and finish. So our query is done. The next thing is attach the Vivo to the AM. Attach the Vivo to the AM. Double click on the AM here and move the Vivo to the AM. Now click on apply. It will generate the Vivo instance. Now in the web UI, just create a page. Right click on the web UI. Just right click here, click on new and click on OA components and click on page. And click OK. Now make sure that package structure is correct here. Either you can type it or you can select it from the browser. Click on browse. There is the appropriate one. API. And then you can generate component page. Now this is the page name. The page name, the first thing is on the region one, set the default properties here. Main region, set the aim definition. And the main region, the first component which I want to create is I want to create header region, new region. I will name it as LOV header region. So this is only for the graphical purpose, it is not mandatory. Just look at skill purpose and creating the LOV header region. Now the main component comes now. So on this LOV header region, what you do is perform a right click here, click on new item, and this item, what I will do is I'll change item type to message LOV input. Message LOV input. So name the item as organization name, LOV name ID. This is my component ID. And then you give the prompt also here. And if you observe, when I change item type to message LOV input, automatically it created two components under it. One is region one as well as LOV mapping. Select organization name. Now here, just observe here, this LOV region item is having two properties. One is region 1 here, which is a table region which you have to create, and the other one is LOV mapping. So on this region 1, which we have to display the list of values. So what is this list of values all about? If you observe in the standard pages, whenever you click on any of the LOV components, so automatically it shows a pop-up with a table region. So now that particular pop-up you have to create. So on this region 1, the platform right click here, click on new table using a wizard. It allows only table region, it will not allow any other region also. So just create a table region using the wizard option. Click on next. Select the appropriate area. Click on select the Vivo. Click on next. And now select the table region. Anyways, it will show on the table region, so you do not have any other option on it out. And it's better that you rename this one. I'll name it as table region like this. Click on next. Select all the columns here. Click on next and finish. So now this particular region 1 is having a list of tables, is having a table region with a list of columns here. Now, in the LOV mapping, so what is this LOV mapping is all about? Very much important here. What I'm trying to do is, when a user clicks on LOV button, it shows a pop-up. The selected value should be copied. The selected value should be copied into our message LOV input. So to perform that particular copy operation, we require this LOV mapping. So what we try to do is, we'll try to bridge the gap between this particular, this table region as well as our text input component, message LOV input component. So click on LOV map here, and what is LOV region item here? You observe, we want to copy organization name. So from where I am getting this list of two columns here is from the table region of that particular region one. The table region, that region one, which is having a table region, business group table region, it is having two columns. Select the organization name here, and what is the written item? So to which particular column you want to copy this particular value? I want to get copied. I think this value I want to get copied into my organization name, LOB name ID. So if you just browse here, it will show that particular one, organization name, LOB ID. And what is the criteria item? So we'll understand that. As of now, I'll just keep the same thing. The criteria item and the result item, I'll keep it as both same. And next thing property, next one more property, what you have to do is on this organization name, make sure that you give search allowed property as true. Make sure that you give search allowed property as true. And also on this particular organization name, LOV ID also make search allowed property as true. Okay. Now as of now, I have not written any control at all, and even if you observe the underlying Vivo object, which is there for this particular controller, will get executed automatically. Anyway, let's run the page and observe how it works. Okay, now you see this is my LOB component. Just click on this particular icon. It shows a pop-up now. It shows a pop-up with the table region. So this table region we constructed here. This table region, what we are seeing now, is constructed at this place. This is the table region. Business component, business group table region. Can you see? Business group table region. It shows the name also. Just click on go here. Select any value. Let us say I will select Vision Corporation. Now, when I click on this particular quick select, or maybe we have a button also. Let us say I click on quick select. What I'm trying to do is I want to get copied. I want to copy this particular Vision Corporation value into my page. So see here whether it is copied or not. Can you see? So how it is getting copied? It is getting copied because of the LOV mapping. If you don't have LOV mapping, it's not performing the copy operation. Okay. And let us say now I would like to let us say I want to list all this particular organization name which are starting with letter A. So just now I type A and perform tab out. Perform tab out. Now it will list by default it will execute this particular pop-up region with all the values which are starting with letter A. Nothing but this is called criteria item. This is what a criteria item. So where did I mention that one? In the LOV mapping, it clearly mentioned that our criteria item is this one. Organization name LOV ID. So that is what it means. Criteria item, this one. Okay. Yeah. So now let us say if you have a requirement, now we are able to search the data based on the organization name only, right? We are able to search the data based on the organization name. But let us say if you want to search the data based on organization ID also, then what we have to do? Very simple. What we have to do is go to this particular one, and we have this organization ID column, right? So just give it as search error properties. And now run the page. And for running the page, we have a shortcut also that is for F11. F11 is a shortcut for running the page.
But Sridhar, where is the organization ID stored when we select an organization name?
Sorry?
When you select the organization name in the LOV, where is the organization ID stored? I mean, if you want the organization ID to.
Yeah. So as of now, like here, we are able to capture only organization name. If you want to see organization ID also, we will have that capability. We can store that. So as of now, if you observe, we are able to capture only organization name in this component. I'll show you that in the next step. Now let us say, if you click on this page, it shows the extra one also, organization ID. So it stores, I mean, now we can search the data based on organization ID also. Now let us say, if you just go on to, if you go on that record. But when you click select, it will copy only vision corporation. It will not copy about your organization ID. But let us say if you have a requirement, to show the organization ID also in the page, then what we have to do? So what we have to do is we does not require any programming at all. Very simple. So go to developer again, and then what I will do is, let us say I want to display my organization ID as a message file text component. I just want to display. I don't want to perform any option, any action there. So I just create a new item, and I will name it as. I will change this file to message file text and organization value ID. Okay, this is my organization value ID, and also mention organization ID value. Right. And here, but how come I'll get organization ID value? It's very simple. What we have to do is in the LOV mapping. So LOV mapping is majorly used for the purpose of searching your LOV as well as getting the value from the LOV. So on the LOV mapping, I have to create one more LOV mapping now. So now which column you want to get from which column you want to copy. So what is the source of your information? My source of information is organization ID. And to which value you want to return it? I want to return this particular organization ID into which component? Organization value ID. Organization value ID. Okay. Now run the page and see the behavior. Okay, now let us say I'll search the data based on vision. I want to get all my vision data. Search it. Then give the list of records which are starting with the vision. I'll say I will select vision trans limited. Vision trans, there isn't it. Okay, I'll just go with vision services. Better I'll select vision services. For which the organization ID is 458. So when I select this particular record, I have to see vision services as well as my organization ID also. Just click on select. Good. Got the 458 here? Correct? Hello? Yeah. So this is how we can get.
Yeah. Sorry. I muted myself, so that's why.
Yeah, sure. So now this is how we can capture it. But still there's major integration part we are not discussing now because that takes some time to understand. So as of now, independent LOV, this is what we have to do then. Independent LOV. Because if you observe LOV here, if you observe the LOV component, there are some other properties which I have not set as of now. If you see the reinitialization of the VW does not set anything here. But in real time, like in the going further, we'll always set these values also. That's a different way we have to do. Okay? Now what we have done is independent way of creating a LOB, we have to check it. And if you want to handle the event, let us say whenever user selects vision services, or maybe let us say whenever user selects any value in the LOB, if you want to do some logic, or maybe if you want to do some kind of action, then how do you handle the LOB event? So last time we have seen how do you handle the button event, hyperlink event, all those things. But now we also will see how to handle the LOB event also. But we'll see it after creating the PopList. Okay. Let us start creating the PopList now. Nothing but a drop down. So for the drop down, what you require is we just require one more Vivo. I'll say it as PopList Vivo. For this one, what I will do is I'll select another query. So maybe we can write one more query here. I'll say currency Vivo. Currency. Currency here. So then what I will try to do is I'll try to display currency underscore code and name. And I name it as currency name for understanding purpose.
To select the currency code is.
Okay, now this is a query. Okay, now what I will do is I'll just keep it as it is. I will not disturb the existing main region. In this main region, again, what I will do is I'll create one more header region, and I'll create one more item in the header region, and this item I will create it as message choice. Okay. Now let us create the PopList Vivo first of all. Create the PopList Vivo. So on the package here, FND package, right click on the FND package, click on new Vivo, click on next. Now make sure that the package is restart FND dot PopList dot server and FND currencies for Vivo. Click on update of Vivo access, give it TV, click on next, and simply click on finish. Nothing to change. Now our Vivo got generated. Assign the Vivo to the aim. See, without assigning Vivo to the aim, nothing will work out. You have to assign the Vivo to the aim. Click on apply and OK. So in the existing table, in the existing page, go to our general component page here, and I will not discuss this data region. I'll create one more data region in the main region. On the main region, click on the right click here, new region, and I will name it as PopList region. Okay. Now on this PopList region, I'll create our component new item. Okay, and observe what is the thing I'm doing here. So here, I'll say pop ID. So here I'll say message choice. Okay, message choice. So once I change items as a message choice, automatically the properties there, the object got changed. Initially it never showed this one, but now once I change it to message choice, automatically it shows particular view definition, view instance, display value, or all these things. Okay, for message choice to work out, nothing but for the problem to work out, we have to set all these three things: view instance, display attribute, as well as view attribute. So as of now, don't worry about the DC purchase view instance as well as view attribute. Okay. Now in the result prompt, mention currency here. Now, what is the three things what I have to mention here? The PopList view instance. What is the PopList view instance here? After assigning the Vivo to the aim, what is the instance which got aim assigned to that one? So this one, FND currency from Vivo. This is the view instance. Click on OK here, and I copied the view instance name, and here simply paste it because it does not show any lookup here. It does not show any lookup. You have to type it manually. So better copy paste. Okay. And now the display attribute as well as value attribute. What is the difference here? The difference comes into picture is, in the LOV we don't have this option, but in the drop down, it wonderfully has this option. The thing is, for display purpose, what is the value you want to show it, and what is the value you want to capture the background. Now this is nothing but lookup code and the meaning. So meaning is for the business user, code is for the developer. So display attribute, now as a developer, I prefer to show currency name to the business user, and as a developer, I want to pick the currency code. Right? So but what you see here, this particular currency of Vivo is having two columns. One is currency name, which is my display attribute. So on the general component page, go here. So on the display attribute, just mention currency name. And what is the value we want to capture here? I want to capture currency code. We have not done any background logic, so we will not get all the information as of now. But once we write the code, then we can get it. Currency code. Okay. Display attribute currency name is for the business user purpose, and currency name is for the developer purpose. But we can have the same thing also. Let us say, okay, no, I don't want to have different attributes in currency name as well as currency name. I want to have it. Yes, still we can have it. Go to the first. Okay. Now run the page and see how it looks like. Okay, now we see this one. Okay, it shows the list of currency. So as of now you see, it shows just the currency name, right? It just shows the currency name, but where is the currency code? Yeah, that will, to capture that one, we require the CO logic. Without having CO logic, we cannot capture that. Now just simply show the currency name. Okay. Now we'll see what we do is we'll write the background logic. Okay. Now we'll see background logic to handle this particular event. The first thing what we do is, as of now we have not created any control at all. So what we do is we'll create a controller. We'll create a controller and we'll handle the drop-down event as well as the LOV event. So let us try to handle the drop-down event. This drop-down is also called as PopList, and also it is called as message choice. So don't confuse with all these things. A drop-down, PopList or message choice, same in the OAF. Okay. So let us try the controller. Nothing but let us set a controller here on the main region and set a controller. Now, how do you handle this particular drop-down first? The drop-down here, in this particular drop-down event, to have captured this event, we require a file action. So without having a file action, we cannot capture this event. So what we have to do is, in the client action attributes, in the client action, simply just mention file action and after that mention the event name. Mention the event name here. I'll say currency underscore event. So this is my event name. So now using this particular event
what does this? Sorry, what does this do? Action type and.
If you want to capture the event, what does an event mean? Nothing but if you want to handle some business action, if you want to do some business validation. So let us say that whenever you select a currency, you want to make sure that like that currency is not valid, or you don't want to you don't want user to select that particular currency. If user select the currency, you want to raise the exception saying that this currency is not valid in your business operation, something like that. Okay. Now independently you just want to capture. We are just showing the event business. If you understand what I'm saying is, I just want to show you initially, I'm just trying to show you the list of events and how we capture them. Like we have discussed the other things, like the button, the logo.
Yeah.
The same way I'm showing that. Yeah.
We have the different type of actions, right? So
Correct.
what is the different type? Yeah. The action types.
You need to say the fire action you are saying, right? Fire action.
Fire action and.
In the action type, we just have one or two things: fire action as well as fire partial action. So the difference is generally fire action will load the total page, and fire partial action will just load only that particular region. That is the difference. But most of the time we just use fire action only. Most of the time we just use fire action. That is the only thing which works. Okay. So now what I will do is I'll try to handle this particular event. So I'll just make a note of this event name here. So in the controller here, what I will do is we'll try to get the event name. Event para. If event name str is not equal to null, and if this particular event name belongs to our current event, so we just say that our event is fine. But how do we get the value? Now, what is the basic thing is, we just want to see how do you handle the event, and also how do you capture the value. So the first thing is event handling, then capturing the value which user has selected in that particular drop down. So for this particular drop down, if you observe, what is the bean style we have used? We have used message choice. Nothing but the wrapper class for this one. Nothing but the Java class for this one will be message choice. It has to start with OA, followed by message choice, okay, and followed by bean. So automatically it will just show the import command for us. Simply press Alt Enter, it will import for us. And what is the bean ID? So our bean ID name is currency ID, right? Currency name PopList. So make a note of this one, copy this one, and here what I will do is I'll create an object for this one. I mean to say, like I have to get the instance, right? So the bean dot find index here because you get the bean instance here, and you get the instance of the bean. Now after this one, I want to get my currency ID as well as currency name also. I want to get both things. What I want to do is I want to get currency code and also I want to get my currency name also. So both the things we can capture here, very easy. So the only thing is we require the bean instance. Now what is my bean instance? My bean instance name is currency name bean, currency form bean, and get selected value. Okay. Get selection. See, currency code we want, right? So it means the selection value. Okay. Now, the other thing what you want to capture is you want to get the currency name. So currency name, pop-up bean. Okay. So selection text, which will return the currency name. So now the user, as of now, like we don't want to do any business logic here. We just want to display it. We just want to handle it, and we just want to display what we are doing. Okay. OAF plus information. I want to show it as information. Okay. Yeah. So let's turn the page now and see how it works. So as of now, I'm just capturing only the drop-down event. Next, we'll capture about the LOV.
This currency underscore event, did we set anywhere or the animator missed out? Or is it?
No, we set it right on the file action property. We set the event name. That is how it knows. So that is how it knows that which event is filed on this specific component. On the file action property.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Okay.
Now select the currency value. So it has to show the appropriate name, right? It is Australian dollar as well as Australian dollar. It shows the currency code as well as currency name. Currency code as well as currency name. But this capability cannot have it in the LOV, but this will have it in the document. Okay? Can you see? INR as well as Indian rupee. So this is how we can capture a currency code as well as currency value. I mean, it depends upon what you set in the drop down. And next thing what we do is we'll see how to handle the LOV event. And here to understand these, but one more thing here. So in the overall OAF framework, if you observe, we have a submit button, right? And the submit button you have to handle using space on the get parameter. So I'm repeating this again because let's try to differentiate how we handle this event. So for the button you have to use this logic, and if you see for the link, for the image, and for the what you say, our drop down, you have to use event logic, event underscore parameter logic. And for the LOV, we have to use another kind of logic. First is LOV. So overall, we have these three methods. Overall, we have these three methods of handling the events. For the button, we have to use stage parameter get parameter. For the link and image as well as drop down, we have to use event parameter logic. And for the LOV, we have to use another logic called the LOV event. Okay. Now what we do is, if you want to capture the LOV event, we have to write a logic for this one. Make a note of our LOV ID.
How about checkboxes? Sorry, how about checkboxes?
All things using fire action only. Radio button, checkbox, everything using fire action only.
Okay.
Now here, what I will do is in the code here, I'll just write one more else if condition. Else if change context dot is LOV event. So this particular is LOV event will get fired. And this will become true whenever user clicks on any LOV. Now, but if your page has multiple LOVs, still it becomes true, right? Any LOV is fired, yes, you are able to capture any LOV event, but how do you capture the appropriate your own LOV event? Nothing but the concerned LOV. Then what you have to do is you have to get one more method called LOV source ID. LOV source ID value is equal to page context dot get LOV input source ID. So there's a method which will return the source ID, nothing but the ID of that particular LOV. So now what I will do, if LOV source ID, so in our case we have only one LOV, so we does not refer this method, but generally in the real time if you have multiple LOVs and if you want to capture each of them independently, then try the appropriate also. And if this equals to our mean name is organization name LOV ID, and if this equals to our current, if this equals to our LOV source ID, we can say that user has clicked on our LOV. Now, if we are able to capture, now we are able to capture using this logic. But the next thing is we want to get the value also. We want to extract the value. Capturing is okay. Capturing is done by using this method. Is LOV event as well as getting the LOV input source value. Now, how do we extract the value? So for any other field, we know that like we have to get a wrapper class. So just mention OA, what is the bean name? Name bean style, message LOV input. Just by write the bean style here. So automatically it shows the input for us. So just press Alt enter. It will import the bean for us. And now mention the object name here. So generally I prefer to mention your bean ID followed by bean. Is equal to the bean dot point index is equal to okay. There's the new instance. Okay. Now we have to, if you want to get the value, what we can do? Organization name str is equal to organization ID get value. That's it. So every component will have a different way of getting the value. So it won't be the same, but it will be similar mostly. Mostly get value will be good. Most of the time you will get value. And now just display the value, what is you selected? Don't give one exception. Selected organization value is equal to. We just mention our organization name is here, followed by OAF is the information. This is what we can do. That's it. Now, we run the page and see how it works. Okay. Now select any value here. Okay. Now as I said, select it in one function. Once I selected, just observe here, once I selected, automatically it will show this information in the page. Okay. Now I am able to handle the event as well as we are able to extract the value. So this one we can handle the LOV as well as drop down. That is at any point of time you can handle only one event. At any point of time you can handle only one event. Okay.
Can we see the code for LOV, Sridhar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to understand. So here when we do a get value of page context for LOV,
okay.
So we are getting the value that is there on the page.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that we cannot get the organization ID, right, using this.
Using LOV, that is what I was saying. Using LOV, we cannot get the organization ID. Now we observe. Okay, let us select again. The way you have in the drop down, we don't have that particular flexibility in the LOV. In the currency, if you observe the PopList, you have the capability to select. Once you select a value, you are able to capture the currency code as well as you are able to capture the currency name also. But in the case of the LOV, by default there is no capability of LOV. By default, the LOV does not support this kind of logic. But generally, what we do is, so we can have an extra column here. Nothing but like you can have an extra column which will take that information. Now in our case, now observe here, that using this particular message style text, it can capture the organization ID also. Using this particular message style, it can capture this particular organization ID also. But nobody prefers to show organization ID on the page, right? Because business users is not like this one. This kind of logic.
Right.
For developer purpose, if you want to capture, it doesn't mean that you have to show on the page, right? But what we do is the workaround for this one is there is another item. There's an item cell called form value. There's an item cell called form value. I'll show you. So what I will do is in this particular LOV header region, I'll create a new component, new item, and I'll name the item cell as form value. It's everybody hidden attribute. If you are aware of HTML, we have something concept called hidden attribute, right? The same thing. Input type is called hidden. That kind of concept it is. So now what I will do is I'll name it as organization ID FP, nothing but form value, and data type is member. Okay. Now from where can I get the value? So we already know that like LOV mapping is the only way we can get the value. So using LOV mapping, I'll create a new LOV mapping again. And now what I will do is LOV return item. I'll select organization ID. What's the return item? So which value I want to return? I want to return the value to our form value, organization ID form value. So this organization ID form value will not be shown to the user. This form value will not be shown to the user. It is only for developer purpose. It is only for the developer purpose. But how do you extract a value? So again, this particular form value also it will have its own particular wrapper class. So what you can do is over here, form value. The same thing. Always your bean will have this kind of logic. OA form value bean. So this is my bean name is equal to bean dot find the scale vector string, mention the bean name. Value here equal to so this one we can capture the form value and the organization ID also. Now let's run the page and see how it works. Now select any value here, select thing. Now select anything. This produce is 458. It has to show 458. From form value, you are able to capture this one. From the form value, not from the message file. You are able to capture from the form value. Okay, so this is how we can capture the LOV event in the problem.
Okay.
So the next topic, what we like, should we discuss next topic or?
Sridhar,
Sorry.
what is the next one?
Next, I think like we have not discussed about any of the search page, right? We have not discussed anything on the search pages, like how do you search it, how do you exit the demo, right?
No.
Next topic actually is like how do you execute the demo? Nothing but a demo without any parameters, and we will execute demo with parameters, and then that search page we will fill it in. And once this is done, then we can get into our main part, like where we try to perform DMN operation using our NPM.
Okay, can we see that image one? I think so. We have not done it in the last class. How to do that? We have done it, or I missed out?
I think we have not done. No, but I remember we have checked only button, huh? How about the hyperlink?
Button. No, only button we have done.
Okay.
And another thing, Sridhar, when this page opens, we get this 192 dot this one, right? Some number.
Right.
Is it by default or is it like default?
See, it is a system IP address. This 192 system, every system here local. Now I'm running
local host.
Yeah, local host. And but we require a server also. So this what will happen is when you run the page, by default an embedded OC port will run it. Nothing but a inbuilt server, inbuilt local server of the developer. This OC port server will run it, and this IP address which is getting shown is a local system IP address.
Okay. Can we change the port, or is the port setting like if you have some other things set up?
Because this is automatically selected by developer. We can still do it, but it's all unnecessary thing. We can still do it. Like this is embedded OC port here. You can choose an embedded OC preferences. You can show the settings here. Like what exactly you want to do and all data packages. But you see here, we selected default local IP address. And we also mentioned what is the port address.
Okay.
So by default, developer selects this all option. So better not to change the settings. Okay. And And now, like coming to the image table, yeah, image event we are not. I don't know. Maybe some other student are told it. So now what we missed out as of now is like you observe like I think we covered only the button here and we covered only the LOV option. Okay, I'll tell about the image. I mean the image event. So the image event is very simple. What we have to do, let us say, I'll select our event page, event handling page which we have used. So in this one, I'll create a new region. Okay, image data region. In this image data region, what I will do is create a new item and change the item type to image. Change the item type to image. So again, we have to use file action only. So there is no like you'll be writing the same coding. But here for image, what is the value you want to show? Image requires a file, right? A graphical file, GIF or JPG, some kind of file. But what we do is preferably, so in the JDeveloper itself, if you observe, in the MyHTML, OHTML, OAF folder, it will show the list of icons. I can say list of icons. It shows a list of icons here. Now let us say I want to use this one. Now this is for the image here. Now on this image, what you do is go to the image URL. There is a property called image URL. Just mention the image name here, and you can say, okay. Now this is my image prompt, and this is my image URL. And now how do you handle this event here? You just need to change this fire action. It's the same thing. Fire action. May have an event name here on the fire action property, and name it as image underscore event. This is my event name. Now whenever user clicks on this image, this event will get fired. So now on the CO, if you observe, how we handle it? It's very simple. The same coding, the event parameter coding. We just need to write the event parameter coding. So here what I will do, else is page context dot event parameter of event underscore parameter. It's not equal to null. Instead of this one better. What's the preferable coding is? Instead of writing this bigger coding, just capture the event name like the way we have done earlier. What we do is generally cut this one, and when this one is available, event name str is equal to this one. Okay. Now what we can do is very simple. Event name str not equal to null. Okay, and then this image event value equals to this one. We can see that our event is fired. The same coding, there is no new thing here, the same coding. Okay. Now just on this event handler page. Okay, now you can see here, just click on this event now, it has to show that exception. Right? Image action is fired. So this is how we can handle the image. Like anyway, like further the other options like we'll be discussing them anyway, like as a common what is the digital stuff. So we'll be discussing them again. The image event. These all events what I told you again will come. We'll discuss the part of the problem.
Sridhar, one doubt.
Yeah.
When we create this LOV, right, we set up this SQL, we give the query.
Mm-hmm.
Can we change that query at the runtime or how?
You can change it. Yes. Dynamically also you can do it. You can,
do that.
Yes, it's possible.
Okay.
Nothing about SQL binding, let's say, like when you want to change a variable or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can do.
Yes.
We'll cover that also. Some.
The required you can cover it. You can try it. If you cannot able to do that, then you can.
Sure.
Because we'll do the other way, like we'll try to use. Yeah, I was telling you the parameter zero, right? That is what it means. Execute zero
Right.
without any
Fine.
This is what it means. But for the LOV, it is quite a little bit different. Almost same, but little bit different. Coding wise, it's the same. Coding wise, it's not. It will be mostly same. It's not any different at all.
Okay. So when we are doing this session, we'll see that one.
Yes. Next class, like what we'll do is, I'll stop here. Next class, we'll try to do with this all, like these all three things.
Okay. So tomorrow at what time, say that? Little bit early.
I'll update you. Sure.
You'll put a mail now. You'll message me.